I really hope I will not regret what I'm doing. Hello there, I hope you're good. Today's video is not gonna be in two languages. I'm going to make it only in English, but if you'd like to watch it in French, because I used to make my videos in two languages, you can just use the YouTube dubbed audio so you can listen to it in French. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you some thoughts why I'm making this video only in English. This is one. And why I'm afraid to regret what I've been building in the garage. So as you know, by far, I'm building my YouTube creative space in the garage, and things are going slowly but in a good way, in a good shape. And we started to see the dry walls and this stuff, so it's been like 2 weeks working on this project, like few hours a week, not of a big deal, but this is the only time that we have to concentrate on this project, and it's taking all of my spare time, and not only my spare time but lots of time that I can invest in my YouTube videos. And this project is something that I had in mind for a very long time, and finally I have the money to make it and the place to build it in, or to build it within. So now this project is starting to be something real, and I'm so excited about it. But at the same time, I'm a bit worried if I made the good decisions or not. It's not about the electrical plugs, it's not about the colors of the walls, it's not about the shape and the design. It's beyond that. The idea is that YouTube so far is shifting a little bit from the polished videos to something more natural, more like authentic and more real. And the last couple of months and last couple of years, I tried always to get a good image and a good audio and a good place to film in, and everything was like very perfect in terms of light and so on. But this is not what everyone is needing on this platform. This is not something where you can be real, where you can be authentic, where you can be yourself. It's just a place to showcase product. It's a place. So as I was saying, in my previous YouTube studio, I was trying to get everything perfect, whether light, audio, angles, blurry background, even the decoration in the background and the background lights and so on. And that was time consuming. I put lots of effort and time and money to invest in that kind of space, and I enjoyed it a lot. And this is why I'm building my garage, in order to have a dedicated space where I can have many angles to shoot from and many ideas to film, to record, and to take some photos as well. So this is the main reason. But because recently YouTube is shifting, people are not watching the same kind of content. They are maybe leaning towards some natural videos, natural vlogs, even if we are showcasing new gears. For example, you just saw some footage from a new camera that isn't on the market yet, that will hit the market very soon, and I'll be talking about it. But I'll try to make lots of videos outdoors as I used to do, to test cameras, to test lenses and this stuff, but in a more natural way. And this is the reason why I will not make my videos in 2 languages. I mean, not all the videos, of course, but just these kind of talking headshots or talking videos. I would like to make them in one language, and most probably it's gonna be English, because this language will reach more people on the globe, and that's something very interesting, because French is not a language that is spoken by in lots of countries. So yeah, this is why this video is only in English, and this is just, I'm trying just to make this one to see your thoughts about this topic, about making these natural vlogs without scripts, without like having bullet points and so on. Just I took the camera, by the way, this is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It's been a while, I haven't used it, but my other cameras are still packed. I have some of them unpacked, like the Fuji X-H2S, the Fuji X-T5. By the way, I got this Fuji X-T5 for a reason that I will share very soon on this channel. I will be talking about it, why I got this camera, although I wasn't so excited about it when it was released. I had the X-T4 back then, and I didn't want to upgrade to the X-T5, so I got the X-H2S instead. But anyway, this is gonna be for another video. And by the way, I will try to put some B-rolls that I shot with that camera that is not on the market yet. But let me show you the train. So for this kind of scenes where something is happening fast, I was not able to show that on camera before, because whenever I was making these kind of talk and walk videos in 2 languages, I was always stressed about the translation that I'm making, or the ideas that I'm trying to share in both languages. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible without like blah blah or lots of talks in the videos, just to make to be straight to the point and to show you my thoughts in both languages with somehow the same video length at the end. And that was so tiring, and I got lots of messages why you are doing these videos in both languages when you can stick to only one language. And that's somehow right, because once again, when you make these kind of videos in 2 languages, you start to be robotic, you start to be programmed to make it this way. And that's fun, because you can reach the French audience, because I live in France, but I'm quite sure that my French followers will also watch these videos even if they are in English. But I promise that all the videos about techs and camera gears and so on, I'll make them in both languages, because this is very important. But when I want just to share with you, for example now, the garage build and so on, I prefer to make them in only one language. So what do you think about that? And just later on I will tell you a story about a hardware store. It was so funny. And this is an audio test with a new camera that I'll be revealing very soon. Test audio with the new camera. Actually, I spent lots of money on this garage build and this creative space, but I bought almost everything from one single store, one single hardware store here in France, and it is one of the most visited hardware stores here in France. And don't get me wrong, it's one of the best as well, and it's not the cheapest one. So you can find some good quality products and so on. I will not name the store, but it happened that when I asked for some advices for the materials I need for the build and so on, I tried to make a draw of the idea that I have in my mind, and they helped me, and everything was smooth back then. But in managing the quantities of the items and how they are packing the items when I got the delivery, it was not totally perfect. And every time I'm going, just because they were missing some parts or some items and the stuff, and at some moment it was tiring because I'm going to that hardware store at least once or twice a day these times. So it was very time consuming for things that were not it was not my mistake at the beginning. It was their problem because they managed my order in the wrong way, and that was really frustrating. By the way, they have something when you are purchasing for more than 2,000 euros, you can get 10% discount. And because every time I'm going for missing items and so on, they are not including those in the 10% discount, even though I try to explain that it was not my fault, but you didn't put them in the order in the beginning and so on. But anyway, and last time it was so funny because I had the new camera that I cannot name it here in this video. I had it on me. It was not to film people there, it was to film me taking stuff from the trunk of the car and putting stuff in the trunk of the car. And the security guy told me, you cannot, are you recording? And it was not recording when he asked me, so I told him no, I'm not recording. He said, okay, you cannot use the camera. I told him, okay, no problem, I'm not filming here inside, or I'm not filming the people inside. And the next day when I went, I was buying few stuff there. And this security guy, he came, he told me, you were here yesterday, you had the camera on you. I told him, yes, and you have a camera also, you have your phone and so on. He said, yeah, but it's not the same. And I tried to explain to him that even if I have a camera and it's not filming you, that does not mean that I'm filming you, you know. Because you have a phone, if you put it in front of me, you might be filming me, and I don't want that. So he was like very upset. He wanted to call the police, and I was telling him, please call the police, that will be fun, because we can discuss more on a steady basis to know who is right and who is wrong in that. So yeah, I lost about an hour as well, just to try to make him understand that having a camera does not mean that I'm filming him. Because at a certain moment he started to be like very, I don't know how we can say it in English or even in French, but he was not understanding anything after I tried to explain to him that. So yeah, so having this kind of stuff during your day when you are tired and when you just need to finish what you're building and you finish what you just started with is very not welcomed in my case. And that guy was like stubborn at a point that he didn't want to listen after that, and I kept telling him, go call the police, that will be fun, because in that way you will understand maybe that having a camera does not mean that I was filming you, because everyone has a camera now, our smartphones. But anyway, so what do you think about my project with the garage, with the works that I'm doing? And if you have any idea about how to manage the space, it's gonna be around maybe 13.5 square meters or something like that. I will have the length is gonna be around 4.2 meters and the width around 3.2 meters, and the height is gonna be around 2.2 meters or 2.15, something around that. The ceiling is not so high. This is the main issue, so I have to find a way to mount my lights and so on. So if you have ideas about that, I'll be very happy to read those. And if you have any suggestion or any tip that can help me finish faster and in a good way, let me know your thoughts about it. And by the way, in speaking of let me know your thoughts about my garage, let me know also your thoughts about that camera or those shots that I've included in this video taken by that mystery camera for the moment. And let me know if you liked it or not. So yeah, if you have concerns about me making videos in English only and not in French, I mean these kind of videos, please let me know that. So I might maybe change my mind. But for the moment, I think that this is something that I will stick with, mostly with these kind of videos. But again, all the videos related to tech, where I talk about specifications, how we use them, accessories and this stuff, they're gonna be in both languages. So that was it for today's video. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit like, to subscribe, to ring the bell so you'll not miss any upcoming post on my channel. By the way, I activated on my channel, you know by now, the member zone where you can ask questions about gears, techs and this stuff, and I'll make dedicated videos to answer those questions. You can join that member area if you have some concerns about a camera or some specs, or I don't know, maybe you need some help in what you're doing. I can try to assist you as much as possible, and I'll make dedicated videos to answer your questions. So that was it. Thank you for watching. See you on another one. Ciao for now.